NATO is preparing for war. Member countries, including Canada, are taking part in realistic live-fire exercises in Denmark. Thousands of soldiers are involved. They belong to the NATO response force. As the CBC's David Common reports, the force is rehearsing for the tough urban warfare that NATO says our world is likely to face.
NATO is expecting most wars of the future will be fought like this, in cities and up close. Here, British and Danish commandos are practicing the assault of a rebel village, while Canadian and Polish warships fire huge shells from a dozen kilometers away. This is NATO's largest exercise since the Cold War, and also the debut of the alliance's newest and boldest undertaking, the NATO response force.
A whole range from for the warfighting end right down to humanitarian relief, disaster relief, all those sorts of things. There's a very wide range, a spectrum of activity that we could be used for.
The NRF is a 25,000 soldier strong force. It has snipers like these, as well as ships, planes and ground troops drawn from the armed forces of NATO's member countries, able to act anywhere with just 5 days' notice. Whether it be assisting with an earthquake or forming the leading edge of an invasion force. Despite this show of strength, the NATO response force is still very much in its infancy and is experiencing growing pains. Just months before the average rotation, the alliance is still struggling to find enough soldiers and equipment to meet its needs. Shortages are one thing, but compatibility is another. NATO nations use different communications equipment, for instance, and can't always talk to each other. A major problem, the commanders note, that could lead to friendly fire deaths. During this exercise, the Dutch general who commands ground forces can't get his satellite phone to work on a ship.
It's developed to be in static locations, and here I have to put it on a ship that not only travels and sails, but also makes funny movements. And we experienced that downgrades our system.
In creating this force, NATO hoped to resolve these equipment differences. At American insistence, it is as much a fighting force as a political force to push European nations and Canada to boost defense spending.
But that's why we persevere with NRF to encourage countries to all come up to the same common NATO standard.
In another live fire test, British soldiers come under attack. They respond with the help of Greek and Turkish fighter jets, while American ships pummel nearby positions from the sea. In real life, achieving this would be politically tricky. The 26 nations that make up the alliance would all have to agree for the NRF to be used. Last year, those countries argued whether the force should be sent to Lebanon. Political differences scuppered the idea. In each test here, the NATO response force reacted quickly and won with few casualties. In the real world, it won't be that easy. David Common, CBC News, Esbjerg, Denmark.